Hi everyone, I'm named Babbler and welcome back to RimWorld. Last episode, we finished our pen and got our kitchen in order for butchering a whole bunch of our animals here. And that's going really well. But for some reason, we've actually fallen a little bit behind on vegetables. So I'm going to make sure that we get all that balanced out this episode, clean up the rest of the pollution, finish our entrance trap area so that way if we get raided, we're safe, and do some other general clean up in the base, moving us a little bit more forward. I'm also going to take a look at the world and see if there's any places to raid. There's one place down here that I might visit, so we'll see what happens there. And anything else that gets thrown at us. So let's see what happens. I'm going to set the bill here for sandstone blocks because I do need that. And we have a whole bunch of sandstone chunks right here. Quite a bit, which should be enough to build all of these walls. So last episode, we accidentally made an enemy of the Shalomla by invading one of their campsites, but we gave them a gift and we're back to normal with them. We're actually an ally with them right now. No, I'm sorry, not Shalomla. They're Camero Pact. We're now neutral with them. I don't think we were ever an ally with them anyway, though, so we're back to normal. Let's put it that way. Okay. We have plenty of Agrahans. Hey, we're going to be able to get our first cocoa. 81% grown. Going to give them some chocolate. That's going to make them happy. A group of dromedaries, abandoned or lost, have wandered into the area. They seem accustomed to human contact and are joining the colony. Connolly? The colony. Two guys right here. Great. Alright, let's see. What can we set in motion and then just make forward progress on? Where's Tiffy's militars? Where's her militars? Oh. Because I think they're with her right now. Can you not see them when they're in the... Oh, there they are. There's 4 militars. Okay, so Tiffy has 4 militars there. I believe her capacity is 7, just like Fluff. Diash's bandwidth is 6. We actually can make one of these band nodes. We actually should do that. So let's put one... Oh, we had a chicken die. Looks like we're low on food for the animals. We'll figure that out. We need some hay. 65% grown. Once this gets caught up, we'll be alright. But we had let them in here and they started grazing on the hay and they were eating it before it was fully grown, and that wasted a whole bunch, so that was a problem. I think we should bring some rice here. We don't want our guys to die. Balakay, you can haul after you're done. So why did that rot? Oh, indoors is 50 degrees. Oh, that's right. We have a heat wave right now. And this door was not finished. Once that door's done, I mean, right now this is 52 degrees in here, but once this door is done, hopefully soon, we'll be able to freeze everything in here. These 3 coolers should certainly be able to keep up with that, even though it's 120 degrees outside. Come on, finish that Constructoid. Almost 10 more work. I wanna really check this because I need to make sure this is foolproof, even if we are in a heat wave. All right, so now this is an isolated room. 34 degrees, 35, 31. It's good. Yeah, it's fine. It's holding at like low 30s, high 20s. I'm gonna make this one 28 instead of 30. Yeah, it's holding at 27, 28, 25. We're good. Alright, so all this is frozen? Yep, great. That's a lot of meat to lose, so I needed to make sure that was safe. Alright, next thing. Daesh. We gotta get you to a point where you're able to do kibble. Because there's really no good food right here for these guys. We have a whole bunch of daffodils growing. I want to see how that works, because that's something where it's quick, it grows fast, and it could supplement their grazing. Them grazing on that will supplement everything else, as a just in case. All right, we have. Next thing I'm noticing is we have a need for beds, so we should set that into motion. This is all straw that's going to be done once the hay is harvested. But we do have quite a few beds that are missing. We're not going to give them to the chickens, although they'll probably take them themselves. We have a lot of animals. Let's see, maybe we'll just do another run right here. I know you can put them right next to each other, but maybe we'll pursue that. Just for now, I want to keep them with one space in between. Alright, we have a lot of cloth, so they'll build those whenever they get a chance. Okay, Daesh is making kibble. That'll get hauled over here in a minute. Okay, going back to what I was doing, so let them just do all that. Oh good, the constructor is already starting. So our militars. Where's Daesh? Let's see. We'll put a band node. Let's just put it in her room. I don't really want to do that. That seems kind of not good. You know what? Why not? Will it make it look bad? Maybe it's kind of like industrial, and we shouldn't really be doing that. All right, that's fine. I'll move it somewhere else. Let's put it. I need a better place for the band nodes. I don't want to really take up storage or anything. Who would have thought that it'll be hard to find a place to put bandos? Let's put it in Daesh's bedroom and see how it does impact it. And maybe that'll be something we then can think about a little bit differently. So this room is 60 right now. Impressiveness of 60, remember that? Okay. So Tiffy has a capacity of 7. Fluff does as well. Daesh will. But Daesh only has 5 mechs. Tiffy does have 7, and so does Fluff. So we need 2 more mechs to max out the amount of mechs that we need, or that we could have, and Daesh can have 2 more. I don't really want to do constructoids, because that's kind of like, once they're done, they're done. Then again, I feel like I have a lot of construction happening. I just feel like that's a waste. I think a lifter would be way more beneficial. And probably an Agrahand. Like, is this stuff ready to be harvested? No, they're keeping up with it. You know, the Agrahands are actually keeping up with it. Maybe I do. Maybe I do another Constructoid. What do you think? Quest available. Selling to Coma Plateau. A nearby settlement, Coma Plateau, has a special trade request. They would like to purchase 260 elephant leather. Okay, and they'll give me a biomutation lance and plasteel, or just goodwill. Do I have elephant leather? Is there an easier way to see that? I don't think so. I think that's... I'm looking at it. Yeah, I mean, here's all the leathers here on the left. Camel hide. Blue fur. I don't have an elephant that's ready to be slaughtered, so probably am not going to be able to do that quest. I'm looking at my slaughter table here. I'm really keeping 2 of each gender. Let me see. So, do we need 2 of each sex? Do we need 2 males, 2 females? I think that's the safest option. And then as the others go to adulthood, we'll slaughter those. Okay. So 2 of each, just in case. Well, going back to what I was saying, I feel like actually now that maybe we should have another Constructoid, because there's a lot to do. Is this being held back because we don't have the sandstone? Yeah. Well, certainly a lifter. Because we are falling behind with actually hauling things around. I think I'll hold off on the actual getting another Constructoid. because they seem to be. I mean, I just put these beds down, and this constructor was easily able to start on it immediately. So they don't seem stressed. So we'll go for a lifter. Great. All right, so next thing that we wanted to start or continue doing is our pollution. Let's double check that. We have... Okay, we have all of our pollution extractors there. This one's not doing anything in the top right corner here. Every other one is at least intersecting one square. So we're going to just move this one. I'll have to move the power. Let's add more power. Okay. And while we're doing that, we might as well bring the power down a little bit here because we know we're gonna need that. Great. Oh, I must have put that in the wrong spot. Put that one there. I know this is kind of excessive, but I want them to be comfortable. All right. Limestone. Limestone is going to be our little flagstone pathways here. So we're already doing that. That's going to be good up there once that's done. We're going to go along this way with limestone. I'm going to redo this over here. We do still have a couple of outstanding things. For example, the throne room for Tiffy. That's going to be a problem because we don't really have a good spot for it. We had wanted it to go here. Maybe I should still do that. Yeah, maybe I should still do that. Oh, what happened here? I didn't finish this room? I really don't like the layout here, to be honest. Let's see. How could we change that a little bit? Because I need to fit more entertainment in here. Pool table needs to be there. Television's there. That television takes up a lot of power. Uses up a lot of power, but that's fine. That needs to be repaired. Somebody will do that. Okay. I'm going to put these here. I'm going to put them side by side. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, maybe they're trying to teach me a little bit of a lesson here. So the batteries all just, there was a short circuit, all the batteries discharged, and they happen to discharge right in the barn. Now, this is all cloth and straw, so this is actually probably going to very quickly spread. Now, it's not that big right now, and I told everybody to go over there to help, so we should be okay. But let's take a look and see that without that, all these people responding immediately, look how quickly that would have spread. All right, well, let's get the power back. And we're going to put it in the wall, because I think that will help. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Where's the power? I don't think there's a way to deconstruct just the power, so I'm going to have to click through it all. That's a little annoying, but that's okay. Oh, the caravan's back. Okay, well, what's the lesson I learned there? The lesson there is this is very flammable. We knew that. We probably should put fire foam poppers in here as a just in case. So if there is fire, that they'll pop and put it out. And that we should keep the power conduits in the walls, because I think then if there was an explosion, it wouldn't immediately set all this straw matting and everything on fire. So that's like tip number 87 that I wish I knew before I started playing. Okay, that's cleaned up. The power conduits will be in the wall whenever they're done. Okay, we're good there. That could have been bad, but it was okay. Alright, Kate needs to have some hemogen. She's low. She's going to do that pretty soon. Alright, what were we working on, right, when we got rudely interrupted by the explosion? We were working on pathways. Tiffy is about to revive her militar. Great. Now, Daesh, you're next, and I want you to do another lifter. Okay. All right. We were in this room when we had that explosion happen. Oh, okay, I'm gonna put that chest table right back. I assumed that what I was thinking of doing was just kind of finishing off these walls, so that's fine, I'll do that. I feel like the piano should be in a... I guess it's fine right where it is. Are there any quests available other than the one for elephant hide? Elephant leather? Nope. All right, let's think a couple of things out. We have our barn. They are safe. I think we do need to be extra safe, and we do need to put a fire foam popper in here. Because that would be a shame if something happened here. I don't really know how many to put. I don't know. I can see the effective range of what they'll cover, but I think they get triggered within 3 squares. So maybe we just put 2 as a just in case. That way it can't ever get too bad. Just 2. We have plenty of components right now, so that's fine. Alright, so this area. Now we've kind of revised this a little bit. I mean, this is all sand, so we can't really do much about it. Much with it. What could we put here? Well, we could finish this pathway. So we have 2 pathways. So the place that we're trying to fill up is right here. Right there. What could I put there? Well, you know what I could do? I could put things that I don't need to ever really access. For example, the band nodes. Nothing else really occurs to me right now. These band nodes are not really in the way. But there's no reason to not have it kind of completed. Okay. Alright, Daesh. You're awake? Did you do what I said to do? No, you did not. Okay, that's fine. I want you to make a lifter. I actually think I want 2 lifters. I'm not going to do a constructoid. Our issue is with moving materials around. You can see the lifters are constantly moving. They're constantly doing something. They never are kind of working on the immediate things that I flag. They're always behind. So I think we need the 2 more lifters. That's what we're going to plan to do. I mean, look, there's even 200 potatoes here. 1,000 corn that hasn't been moved. So Daesh makes some lifters and we'll be good. Can you make a subcore thing? Let's make 1 more. Alright, great. So this will be a room for something. Not really able to be used for anything because it's sand. And I don't want to fool with it, but I don't want to leave it empty. I do want to leave it... I want to put something in here. I just don't know exactly what just yet. Alright, so we have... limestone, flagstone. We gotta finish this wall. So how do people get... Oh, cocopods. What is it? Some potatoes. Okay. Hey, that's silver. Somebody should be mining that. Who's our miner? I think it's Fluff. Oh no, it's Balakay. That's right. Okay, so what I was saying was, this has always been kind of a mess. And I know it. We all know it. If you've been watching, you know it. I have my heal root here. Now I immediately think that I could probably put heal root right here, because I don't need a very large spot. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to put heal root here. Where's my fertility little overlay? Oh, it's pretty terrible fertility. No, I'm not going to do that. That's pretty bad. I'll find a spot over here for it, but I do want to move it. I definitely want to move it. So Fluff's going nuts with components. That's good. I don't know if I really want to work on this, but I can tell you that we had the short circuit and all of these batteries discharged just a few minutes ago into the barn area. And I think that if I had a different way that I was doing power, that it would be better. So for example, all of my power is currently all connected to one circuit. Is there a way to make it like isolated where all the batteries won't discharge all at once? I'm sure there's a way. I just don't know it yet. Oh, good. Yeah, finish building this. Okay, as I was saying, I want to move heal root out of here because this is kind of a main area and they keep walking over the chunks and it slows them down. I'm okay with leaving chunks here, but I want to reduce the size of this. So maybe that's just a solution. I reduce the size of each grow zone or each area here. Yeah, maybe I just do that. That's the simplest option. I do that. I just make a pathway with limestone. And that becomes like, they don't need to walk over chunks or anything anymore. All right, great. That's good. That's resolved whenever we get around to actually making limestone. So now, if somebody walks through this way and they need to get to the barn, they go through this door. There's a door here as well, another one here. That's as kind of efficient as we want to make it. These animal flaps, they can go through, the animals can go through with no problem. But how do the colonists get down here? I think Maybe we make another door here. That seems kind of slow. But I think it's going to have to do for now. And we're going to make the limestone flagstone that way. The heat wave's over. Great. Okay. You know what I want to do? Oh, Laurel is fighting with Kate. That's a bad idea, Laurel. That's a bad idea. Let's see how bad he got hurt. So Kate bit his arm, cracked his left humerus. Wow, okay. Okay, so it's saying that Kate needs to death rest to rebalance their metabolism. I assigned them to this right here, this death rest thing. Can you go here? Start death rest. Yeah, go ahead. And also remember, Laurel, you got into a fight. The rule. What's the rule? We take blood. Maybe we should do a little run of taking people's blood. Tiffy, sure, why not? Reg, let's get some from you also. All right. So Kate is death resting for 3 more days. A deep coma-like sleep that lasts several days and restores the body's resources. Certain genes create a need for death rest. Death rest can also be enhanced with various support buildings that give special bonuses to the death rester. So I did build a little building here, and this, what does this do? It accelerates it. Here's a hemo pump. This blood refining pump increases the amount of hemogen a death resting person can store in their body. It must be connected to a death rest casket to function. So what does that mean? Does that literally mean that her maximum won't be 100 anymore? I wonder. If that's the case, she's going to need a bigger bedroom. Hay's got to be ready soon. 90% grown for hay. Good. Great. Okay, so this is a major planning episode. I feel like we need more pathways. Once this is done right here, remember what we've talked about. People are going to walk through here, up, and keep going back and forth, and they'll exit here. So all of our turrets will be kind of like here. So what is this area then? I mean, I'm just going to probably seal it up and leave it alone. Because if I need to increase the size of the maze, then I'll just do that. So I'll leave this alone. That's for me to remember and for you to remind me. And I did make the wall two walls thick here, so that way they really can't access my base unless something crazy happens. Okay, so we're on a good run there, a good path there. This we're gonna make for chickens. I remember that. In fact, I'm going to mine this whole thing. Let's flag that to be mined. Yeah, see what we're talking about? The lifters should be getting all of this. This has been sitting here for a while, and they just don't have the time. What are they occupied with, though? Like, this lifter is unloading the elephant from the caravan. This one's also unloading the elephant. Hauling some simple meals. Hauling some chicken, eggs. Okay, I see. Okay. All right. Just trying to figure out if there's anything I could make more efficient. So the impressiveness in this room was 60 prior to this band node being done. It's now 58. I'm not exactly sure why that would be. Other than the fact that maybe construction is happening. Okay, so it's now 64. So it actually did not hurt them at all. It hurt the room at all. Good to know. And I do remember now that I said I wanted to put the throne room here. For the reason is that I didn't want to use up any where is it? Any fertile land here. Because I'm going to need this for farmland. So we're going to stick with that plan. And we're going to move forward a little bit with this throne room. So let's go ahead and move that forward. Do we have gold? We do. So we'll just make this throne and then try to figure out how we want it to be moved around. I need a door. Wow, look at all these waste packs. You know, why don't we go on a little excursion? Why don't we go to some, like... So here, we're hostile with Loten. Let's make them... Okay, here's a new goal for this episode. I want them to be neutral. I want to be able to trade with them. I have 3 towns that are run by the inhabited, I should say, by the Loten that are in pretty good traveling distance, like a day and a half maybe. Let's send them some stuff. That's what we're gonna do. We want them to be our friends, or at the very least, just neutral. Okay, so somebody will build a transport pod there, and we're going to send them some gifts. And the reason my brain went that way is because I immediately saw all of these waste packs. And this room's getting full. It's probably 70% full or close to it. And if I take my eye off of it, then it's going to get too full, and we're going to have a big issue with waste packs again. So I'd like to be able to research the atomizer, the waste pack atomizer, but you need a tech print to be able to do that, it looks like. Let's read what we actually need to be able to do this. Requires study of nanostructuring chip. A molecular restructuring mechanoid microorgan is necessary to produce certain advanced mechanoids and equipment. A mechanitor can study this chip to help unlock higher tiers of mech tech research. Okay, so it's not a tech print. It's a mechanitor thing. And I think that's one of these summon the threat. The what is this one? The Diabolus threat is ready to summon. So I think we need to do that. We need to summon the Diabolus. Are we all healed? Are we good? Let me just double check. Okay. Tiffy. Let's just go for it. Summon the mech threat. Summon Diabolus threat. Summoning the Diabolus threat will summon the following hostile mechanoids. 1 Diabolus and 3 Militars. Are you ready to fight? Alright, well, it's kind of telling me to stop. So let's see. What is Diabolus? Research? Is it under standard or is it under... Okay, high mech tech, a Diabolus. An ultra-heavy mechanoid with an ultra-powerful Hellsphere cannon. Made for siege breaking, its Hellsphere cannon takes time to charge up a shot, but can melt concrete and vaporize bone. The Diabolus dissipates the Hellsphere cannon's waste power in a heat column mounted on its back, which can pulse to ignite flammable objects nearby. This mech's name comes from a 1,000-year-old poem written by a Haspian monk who survived the erasure of his monastery. Okay, what's the damage? It's pretty slow. I don't see how much damage it would do. I'm just going to assume it's really bad. Also seems like melee would work well on it. Alright, well let's see. What do we have? Everybody have their weapons? I wonder if I should wait for Kate. I'll wait for Kate. I will make that compromise. Laral, you need a weapon. Laral will get this assault rifle. Kate has 2.4 days left. All right, when Kate wakes up, we will summon that. But it would be foolish to not wait for Kate. Come on, hey. Fluff is really going crazy making components, which is great. What's her construction? Her crafting. She's an 8. So now we have 2 people that are 8s. Alright, so we have 2 more components before she moves on to something else. They must have just... There's some hay. That's why they're putting down straw matting. Great. I am a bit surprised that they have not deconstructed the power conduit. Let's check the priority level here. So, construction. First thing they'll do, it looks like, is fix broken down buildings. Deconstructing structures is further down, so they'll construct other things and do other things first. Okay, that's fine. They'll get to it. A harbinger tree. These things, I don't know if they're trying to take over or what, but they're over here. Ah, he just made a fire foam popper. Do they not require power? Okay, I thought they required power, but that's great. So this will protect the animals in here. Okay, let's finish up our next thing. Oh, flash storm. This can cause massive fires. Wait, where is this? Did I never abandon this? Oh, that's funny. I never abandoned this spot over here. Why didn't I abandon that? I took everything I needed. Or wanted. Might as well abandon it. There we go. Oh good, Fluff is making some medicine. We have 8 already, but we could definitely use more. Okay, great. That's all moving along. I think our hay situation is getting better. We definitely need to finish this wall. Then they're going to start to eat this hay. I don't have a real good way to control them because I don't have walls. Alright. So another challenge that I'm having is I have this mountain or whatever here, and we get this collapsed rock. And I have a feeling there's no way to get rid of that because it's literally a mountain. Um, so I'm not exactly sure what to do other than like putting columns to keep it away, to keep it supported. So I think I need to just kind of build out this grid. The bottom left, very small. You definitely can't see it, but it does say it says overhead mountain. So that's my hint. Okay, I just need to remember that. Let's just make column. Where's columns? All right. How do we do this that makes sense? I think this wall will provide support. I think it needs to be within 6 tiles to provide support. But since this is a spot where we're really not going to do anything, much of anything, we might as well be very safe with it. I don't want anybody to get collapsed on or whatever. Did I line that up right? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know this is kind of overkill. I understand. But I don't want there to be an issue. All right, we'll just do that for now and then build more as we need. Okay. Let's get a little bit of limestone going. Do we have limestone on this map? Did I pick a bad, I think I picked a bad material. Oh wait, no, that's marble. This is limestone. That's fine. I'll just deconstruct this whole thing. Okay, they'll get to that eventually. That's right. I picked limestone as my pathways, and there's no limestone on this map. But we have some, or I thought we had some. I guess not. Here's limestone right here. Okay, great. How are we doing on food? Do I need to worry about them? I think we're okay right here for now. Kate. You almost done, Kate? Like another day and a half? Okay, you're halfway done. I need you. We're gonna summon the Diabolus. So, while they're building all that, and Kate is death resting, I want to take a quick look. We only have 4 coolers, I think, that are keeping this entire base cool. We have the 1 here, 2 here, and 1 in the hospital. There's ones for freezers and fridges and stuff like that, but that's not part of the main thing. We just went through a heat wave and we were fine. It's 101 degrees out and it's 80 indoors. So maybe I do need like 1 more right here. I'll flag that. Okay. Fluff is going nuts making some medicine. I think she's gonna actually be done in 2 more after this. Okay, we're finishing the fire foam popper. Great. Rare Thrumbros. I don't even want to attempt to tame them. I'm afraid of them. Because there's a 100% chance that they will retaliate. Oh wait, I misunderstand that. The chance this creature will attack when harmed. Why would we want Thrumbros? A gigantic, graceful creature of unknown origin, the Thrumbro is gentle by nature but extremely dangerous when enraged. While its long fur is exceptionally beautiful, its hide is also incredibly resistant to damage. Its razor-sharp horn fetches a huge price. Legends say that an old Thrumbro is the wisest creature in the universe. It simply chooses not to speak. Do I want to try to tame it? It says there's no chance that it's gonna attack if you make it upset. Let's try. Why not, right? Hopefully nobody gets attacked. Is Balake doing it? Yeah, Balake's doing it. With what tools? Just your words? Oh, Daesh is getting in on it too. Tame failed. There was a 1% chance. Okay, so they don't attack you if you fail, but there's a very low chance of success. Daesh actually had a 3.5% chance. Let's see why. Daesh has 18, and Balake has 10 in animals. Alright, so it's going to be pretty much not going to even happen, but that's okay. We're just going to keep trying. Oh yeah, she's gonna grab this lifter out of here. Yeah, lifter went right to work. A component mining work site. Where? Is this one it? By the Komboa Pact. It says I can attack them with no consequences. Now they're gold. Does this mean that they are... Let's see. The Weebinyeni Doctrine? Probably. Okay. Alright, I'm just waiting for Kate to finish her death rest. There we go, finally. It's been like 2 days and they finally deconstructed that. That means they're starting to get caught up on things. He really walked all the way over here to put 2 stone blocks there. Alright, well, I guess thank you. 13 hours till Kate is up, and then we summon the Diabolus. Oh, there's a party. Reg is throwing a party. Okay, come on, Reg. Party time. You guys gonna dance? I don't hear any music. I mean, some party. There's no food, there's no music. They're not even talking to each other. They're barely talking to each other. Marriage is on. Balakay proposed a lifelong commitment to Tiffy. Tiffy agreed, and the two are now engaged. At some point in the coming days or quadrums, they will have their marriage ceremony and invite all the colonists. Consider placing a marriage spot if you want to control where the ceremony occurs. Aha. I do want to control where it occurs. I want it to be in an impressive room like our recreation room. Actually, our dining room is even better. Let's do a marriage spot. Is this a marriage spot? Oh, I have one already. Okay. There. Right in our living room, in our dining room. They keep putting fertilized eggs in here. I don't want that. I want them in here. Isn't there a basket for this? An egg box is actually called. A box with soft material made to hold eggs. Egg-laying animals will lay eggs in the egg box if they can. Okay. We'll make it out of wood. And we'll put it right here. Yeah, we gotta get this closed up soon. Wow, they're really making headway here. They just need the blocks. I think once Fluff is done with this component, she'll move back to making some blocks. Okay, but there are 28 components. Kate can now wake from death rest safely, so you have to tell her to? Wake now. Oh wait, what's that mean? Oh, it's just setting the amount of hemogen. Got it. Wake up. Alright, Kate. Okay, Tiffy. When you wake up, we're gonna summon the Diabolus, which is an incredible, ultra heavy mechanoid. Because that is the thing that supposedly is going to unlock our ability to get rid of these waste packs, which we desperately need. I wonder if I should change all this limestone. Not something I wanted to do. But what other material do I have? Plenty of. I mean, I do have marble. I just don't want there to be unfinished roads simply because I didn't plan it out properly. Do we need to put flagstone, actually? Is there a way to make it 100% walk speed without that? Now that I seem to think about it. Smooth terrain? What if I did that? Must designate rough stone terrain. Okay. So it's only for certain types. Understood. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to do that. Do I want to do marble? I'm gonna have to do marble. A distress signal. You've intercepted a distress signal from a nearby camp of Loten. Alright, so we have 3 things happening. First, I want to fight the Diabolus. Second, I want to make the Loten our friends. And third, I want to go to their little camp here, but we'll see how far we get. But before the first, we need to do something about this limestone issue. We're gonna make it all marble. We have to. Marble flagstone. Just replacing all the marble, the limestone flagstone with marble. Because we actually have that material on the map. And we'll be able to get these flagstone pathways done. Let's do that like that. Yeah, okay. Actually, do I need to even put a pathway there? Sure. Okay. All right, almost done. Is this limestone? Yeah, I knew that was going to work. Okay, so let's do... Okay. Alright, I think that's all the pathways I had laid out. I think so. Okay. We made this little pod. So while we're doing that, we're going to load... load things of decent value that we want to kind of get rid of, because we want to try to win over the Loten. But we're going to get rid of some junk too, things that we don't need. So let's take a quick second to do that. So like some cloth dusters here. We don't want ones that are poor. We don't want those. You can fit a good amount of in these transport pods. Okay, just flagging a couple of things here. What about some things with high value? We don't need these steel clubs. All this kind of stuff is just going to go away. The maces, the knives, the clubs, the gladiuses, the breach axes. We don't need any of that. And even I can't sell that. It's bio-coded. I wish I could. Some maces, axes. Yeah, get rid of all this stuff. It's all just junk. We don't use it. We never use it. A recurve bow at 15% durability. Okay, this is good in cleansing. Alright, anything else that is fairly good value, possibly? How about some dye? That's a good value. Do 120 of that. How about some wool? Buffalo wool? And sheep wool? And alpaca wool? And how about some plain leather? Alright, we'll see what happens. It could take a second for all that to load up. Actually, more than a second. Alright, so that's going to help that. Now, Tiffy, you're going to summon the mech threat. We're confirming that we're ready. This is going to be very nerve-wracking. Does everybody have a weapon? Yep, we're good. Diabolus incoming. I suddenly regret my decision to do that. But I'll have to live with it. Oh, we got some chocolate. The Diabolus has arrived. An ultra-heavy mech from Oxalf Mech Hive has come to eradicate you, along with escorts. The Diabolus is equipped with a concrete-melting Hell Sphere cannon. It is slow to charge, but when it fires, it will annihilate anything in the blast circle. Oh boy. There it is. It's resistant to heat, which means mortars are not really going to help. Is there a shell that we could make that would help? What's a dead life shell? I mean, I have high explosive shells, so something I could try. Are there any holes in my walls? Right here. I want that one fixed. Once that's fixed, we should be... Nope, we're not. Look at that right there. Okay, I'm glad I'm checking. She was just visiting a grave. Who's she talking to? Jackson. You really didn't have a relationship to Jackson. But whatever makes you feel better. Why is that rotted? Why'd we let the Muffalo rot? We have room in here. Alright, animals. Hey, you know what we're gonna do? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call for help. Okay. Tiffy. Call for help immediately. From Shalomla. Fluffy. Fluffy, man the steel mortar. Allie, I want you also to man the mortar. What direction are they coming from? Let's see. Right there. Okay, fine. Why are they heading that way? Request immediate military aid. A group of friendly outlanders from Shalomla have dropped in right on top of you. They're moving in to help you immediately. Oh, okay, so Bo is in this group and they are the grandfather of Tiffy. Okay, she has... okay, we're gonna get her. I want them all kind of out of the way. It looks like where they're headed is what I wanted them to do, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. It looks like they're going for this break in this wall. I want to see if that's what actually happens. Even if they're not, that means they're going this way. They're gonna head up through this way with all of our turrets. So let's get people to man the where's Howie's going to that one. Balakay, I know you want to train elephants and stuff, but come on. Kate, you're all hands on deck, guys. I feel like this is going to be rough. Fluff and Howie are on the turrets. Oh, look, they're going. Are they going to attack that? We're going to find out. What do you mean there's no nearby? Right here. Oh, I have to change to high explosive shell. I don't care about EMP, high explosive. Right, Howie. Man that. I think we need to get here and see if we can shoot quickly. What's their pathing like? Okay. I do think they're gonna kind of come under here. Let's just hope for the best. Come on, shoot, go. Ah, okay. Alright, well, that's fine. There are no more EMPs. We're gonna hold on that. These guys are coming here. Balakay, he has a machine pistol. Kate was gonna kind of hold back. Daesh, heavy SMG. We're gonna pay really close attention. Now, what's gonna happen is they're gonna go over these traps and get hurt, but just barely. And then these turrets are gonna go crazy on them. So let's see what happens here. Okay. That was crazy accurate. I'm pulling my people back until they need to come in. Because this seems dangerous. What is the range on these guys from here? So maybe Tiffy, you can kind of like go in here to extend the range. That would be good. And these militaries can come out and do what they gotta do. Whoa, 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 look at that. Oh boy. Wow. Well, I'm glad I made that too deep. Let me get these little militars. I don't wanna hurt my the people that are here to help me. Accidentally. What's the health here? Okay, it's actually gonna die pretty quickly. Pretty soon. Diablos defeated. But one of their guys is down. I want to try to help them. Okay, that was not as bad as I thought, but I don't know what would have happened if I didn't have these people to help me. Signal chip can be analyzed. Tiffy? Okay, guys, good, good. Tiffy, I want you to have the honor of analyzing this chip. Oh, can we help this person? Bluff? Can we rescue? They're hurt. Where's Fluff? Well, Reg, you're right here, so rescue. Okay, great. And Fluff will hopefully go ahead and heal that person, because if they die, I think we lose reputation with them. Tiffy's analyzing that chip. Transport pod is complete. Okay, cool. We have a lot of things going on. Great. Did anybody get hurt? Anything weird that I don't know about? No. Okay, good. If he's almost done analyzing this chip. Signal chip studied. Standard mech tech unlocked. By studying the signal chip, Tiffy has acquired the insight needed for the research project Standard Mech Tech. Your researchers can now use research benches to begin researching how to actually use the technology. So if I go research, and I do standard mech tech, the things that actually would unlock are things like tunnelers, scythers, scorchers, pikemen, and also mech band antenna. Okay. So still, for the waste pack atomizer, I need a nanostructuring chip. Which looks like it's going to be 2 more battles like what I just did. Oh boy. Alright, well, we know what to work toward at least now. We tended Maria. Great. Wish I started seeing some marble getting laid down here. So let's analyze what just happened. They did go where I thought they were going to go. Right through this hole. Now, I do think that it would have shot faster. Like, in this area, it would have melted. Would it melted up here? But maybe not, because these things actually attacked it, and that's what triggered it. So if I had all of this done, I wonder if it all would have worked out. Where it would have went through each of these little areas, gotten hurt, and then that would be it. Okay, well, that worked out. We've made it one step ahead in our mech journey. Now, next thing is we want to send that transport pod to the Loten, giving them a gift. I'm negative 92 with them right now, and I think now negative 11. Okay. So I'm almost neutral. Well, actually, let me research. Let me think about that. If we rise above 0, they will become neutral. Okay. So we'll just give them another quick little thing. Still don't know why we haven't deconstructed this flooring here. And look, you know, the Shalomla, they actually just helped us a lot with that fight. I'll work on my reputation with them next. They're too far away, I think, with to send something. Oh wait, maybe they're not. There's a Shalomla. There's a Comro Pact. Gotcha. Okay. Let's go back to standard outfits. Standard outfits, except for who are our researchers? Daesh and Laral. Yeah. They're all going to kind of come in here and drop off their helmets and their other things. All right, well that was good. That was productive. Really want this done. Let's break this open. There's no reason to. I mean, we just won't do this one last wall, just in case. We have over 1,000 hay. Tiffy's making some kibble. How's our nutrition doing over here? Oh, we're really good. We have 53 stockpiled and 45 is what's needed. You know what that tells me? It tells me this room actually needs to be a little bit bigger. Will they eat from a shelf? Will animals eat from a shelf? We're gonna find out. Let's put 2 shelves here and see what happens. Make it kibble only. Copy the settings, paste them there. We're gonna make it important. And the main storage is going to be preferred, which is one spot under important. All right, so that'll get done. Look how small that lamb is. It's the size of a chicken. Our bed's done. Oh, we missed one. Great. We never made a fire foam popper in here. We definitely wanted to. Okay, what else? Gold is reserved. We need marble. We have to protect this monument for 11 more days, and then once we do that, we'll have all this marble back. Gestation complete for Lifter, Daesh. That's going to be important to get that. Great. I'm turning them off. I don't need them right now. Save some power. That makes sure it's all flagstone. It's all flagstone. Marble. Great. Look at all those animals, guys. That's a lot of animals. Oh. Valakay is doing great. Because here I need 89 sandstone walls. They're 5 each, so it's 445, 445 blocks. Each one of these, okay, so 445. So 570 sandstone blocks, and I have 107, 127. Do just one more, and then I'll release you from your misery right now. Thanks. Alright, let's mine that. And I think we'll mine this way, too, like that. Okay. We have the columns, remember? They still haven't been built, but that's okay. So far, so good. Okay, so what have we accomplished? We finished our barn. I mean, for the most part. We added fire foam poppers because we got a little warning where we were about to have this whole thing burned down. We fixed the temperature with our freezer here. And built a couple lifters. Advanced our mech tech technology. Now we're researching standard mech techs, which will mean we'll be able to do things like make scorchers and whatnot. I'm not really interested in that, but I am interested in going to the next level, which is the high mech tech and the ultra mech tech. So we'll see how that's gonna play out. And ultimately, we're really doing all this to get to the waste pack atomizer. We're having major issues right here with our waste packs. I may need to make this bigger before we even get to the waste pack atomizer. But we'll see what happens with that. We also re-laid down our marble flagstone because we're going to try to figure out what that's going to look like here. We're going to finish that wall. This is probably going to have band nodes in it. And I'm also thinking of putting the chunks or something in here. Or the backstock of the chunks, we'll call it that. And that's going to be that. Okay, so that's going to be it for this episode. Join me next time where we advance our mech technology a little bit more. Finally finish this kill zone, which really helped and was working out this last episode, this current episode. And see what else comes up. Probably dismantle this. Probably put somebody in a biosculpture pod. Who knows? You'll just have to tune in to find out. Be sure to follow and subscribe for more inane babblings. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.